We're live from the Empowered Mom Studios, and I'm just so freaking excited because something amazing has just happened. Like, literally, not even 5 minutes ago, I just accomplished another milestone, and I couldn't have done it without my dear friend Wilda, who has been the most amazing book coach that I could ask for, and the most amazing friend who has been supporting me since I first joined the virtual coach community. We connected 2.5 years ago, and I've been on some of her summits, and I've talked before about things to do with empowering moms in childbirth. Like, she really understands my message, but more importantly than that, she also has been a huge stand for me getting my book out there and getting it done right. And I'm really happy and excited to announce that next month, my book is going to be available on Kindle. So you can go to Amazon and you can pre-order it right now. You can go and find it. I'm just so freaking excited because, like, my dream has finally been realized. I'm actually, like, it's not just a PDF anymore. It's not just on my website as just a PDF. It's an actual ebook that can be pre-ordered. And it's got a beautiful new cover. I mean, it's still the same concept with the beautiful photo that my cousin Claire, Veronica Bonderud of Bonderud Photo, she took the picture of me when I was standing pregnant with Michaela in front of a Christmas tree. And I took that picture and I put it in front of the backdrop of the ocean because I really wanted that element in there. But I mean, it's the same cover, but it's different. It's beautiful. It's classic. Wilda helped me with that as well. I mean, my formatting, that was the biggest thing that scared the hell out of me. Because yes, I knew I needed to get my book on Amazon. I mean, even my friend Donald told me that I needed to get my book on Amazon. And I've been really hesitating, not because I don't want my book on Amazon, because yeah, of course I want my book on Amazon. Of course I want to be recognized and have that positioning and authority. And I know how much this book is going to help so many moms, because every single mom who has read it, even when I was giving it out just as a thing for them to just look over, has said what a wealth of information it is that they wish that they had had when they were pregnant with their first baby. It's revolutionary what I've done. And it was the book that was always needing to come out. And when I wrote it last summer, that's the part that's really incredible to me, is that I wrote it last summer and I wrote it so quickly. And then to have it done and then to redo it, and then also deciding that I'm going to create an audio version of it, and that I'm really going to start reading passages from it. And I'm really going to promote this book because it is the most amazing book when it comes to planning and getting the birth that you actually want. And it's based on what I've learned as a coach and in helping women over the last 10 years. It's everything. And my heart and soul went into this book. And I just, what it's done for people is even more phenomenal than just the fact that I've written a book. The fact that this book has changed lives forever, and that the impact that it's already made, even when it was just something that I just throw out there as information and people were telling me how valuable it was, that is just amazing. But not only that, ever since I was a little girl, I have always wanted to write books and have them published. Like, that was my dream. That was what I went to college for a long time ago, is I wanted to go into print futures and write my book and have my book out there. And friends of mine have already done this. Some of my best friends that I grew up with have written and published books, many of them in different genres than what I'm doing, but still, like, the fact that they're doing that just inspires me so much. And I've connected with some of them back again. One of them that I had connected with in college when she was in the same Print Futures program with me. And I always have admired her. And she has her book coming out, and I attended her book launch that she had going on. And I've been reading her book, and it's just, we have books. Like, the enormity of it is just I just have to say this, like, if there's something that you want to create, there is nothing stopping you. There really isn't anything stopping you except your own fear and your own beliefs and limitations. And I had so many of them when it came to trying to get my book formatted for Kindle. And just by being around the right people in the right community, having the right support, having the right friends who really stand for my dreams and just want that success for me, even if they don't get anything out of it other than being able to support me, has just been so tremendously fantastic. I'm just so grateful. I'm just so grateful to everyone who has stood by me and told me to just keep going, that they will support me no matter what, even if they can't offer actual advice or support in that sense, but they just believe in me, has been so, there's just no words. There's just no words. The fact that I have this now, that I actually have a book with my picture on it that's out for pre-order on Amazon, all because my friend Wilda reached out to me and she's like, she knew I was stalling. And I was already thinking in that direction. And you know what is really tremendously incredible is that when you make a decision, suddenly when the universe knows you're ready for it, it's like, okay, here you go. Here's the how. So I was focusing over the last few months. I'm like, I need to get my book off of a PDF. I really need to get this done. I need to have my book published in some form, maybe not in paperback yet, maybe just as a Kindle, and I'll work on the paperback and all of that later. But I just want it accessible to people. I just want it out there. I want it on a proper format. I just don't know how to do it. So then I was on YouTube videos trying to figure out how to format it, but it was just so much to try to learn with everything else that I'm doing. So then I thought I would create the audio version instead, because a lot of moms, they don't have time to read, but they could at least listen to the book. And I knew that that was something that some of my friends were even having a challenge around, even though it was something that they knew was going to help them. It was just like they just weren't able to read it. But I knew I had to get serious about this. I mean, the summer's coming up. I'm not going to be able to do as many calls as I usually do. I can't exactly be recording videos all day because the kids are going to be around. I mean, right now they're with their dad, so I'm really going to be focusing my time. But I also don't want to be working the whole summer either, because the beach calls to me. The beach and the sand and the sun and the water, it calls to me. And in the summertime, I put aside project mode and I go to the beach. So I wanted to get that project done. And we got it ahead of our schedule because it's coming out next month. And we only had to submit and have the whole manuscript set up and ready and all of that stuff that we had to do on the back end. And Wilda and I, we finished that tonight. Like, we just finished it. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Like, it's done. And I will be showing pictures later. I'll be posting pictures. You'll get to see it. But I have to show you. I want to share the screen with you for a minute here. So, so look, it's there. It's really there. Look at it. It's right here. It's my book and it's on Kindle. I'm so freaking excited. It's on Kindle. Oh my gosh. Like, look at that. Oh, I'm just so excited. So anyway, now that I have shared my happy news, and I know how much you love and support me, and I thank you so much. And I know that you want to make sure that this becomes a success. I just want to have one little request of you. That when my book comes out, that you leave a review and you mention how amazing this book is, and you even just say how I have helped you or touched your life. Just give me that support. Tell your friends, tell moms in the community who you know this book would benefit. if you want to know more about what is actually in the book, you can always reach out to me and I'll tell you what's in the book. I'll tell you a little bit more. Like I love talking about what I do. I really love it because what I do, it's not even about doing so much as watching the moms do it for themselves and being able to watch and step back and watch as they birth their babies, birth their families and a new version of themselves at the same time, and really step into their own power. That is the heart of why I do what I do and why I have strived so hard over the last 2.5 years to get this off the ground. And it's finally starting to get to the point where like I'm going to be building programs and courses and I'm going to be doing more stuff, but this book is done. This book is done. And it only took me 2 years and, well, technically 10 years, but I started deciding to write the book back in 2020. Like that was when I finally decided this book has to be written. In 2018, I had already had the desire to write the book, but I didn't have the time or the energy to put towards it. But in 2020, I wrote the first draft. It was 90,000 words. This one is not 90,000 words. Don't worry. I trimmed it down. And at the same time, like, I'm just so blown away. I'm just so blown away. And there's so many people in the acknowledgements alone that I have to thank for everything. My friends, my family, the virtual coach community, the women that took a chance on me and I was able to help them. Like, there's just so much. And I just want to invite you, if there's something in your life that you want, to go out and get it. Because I can tell you that even with all of the fear and even with all of the doubt and all of the worries that it's not going to be good enough or that you don't know where to start, once you actually get started, once you make that decision, once you take action, suddenly you create things that you didn't think were possible before. I have a book because I finally decided to take action 2.5 years ago. I finally decided that enough was enough. This book needed to be out there. And then I wrote it last year. I went through my 90,000 page behemoth or 90,000 word behemoth, and I trimmed it down and I structured it because I had those skills and those tools to understand how to perfect my messaging in a way that would really speak to my readers and my audience. And I was able to do that because of what I learned from my mentors and what I learned in my virtual coach community and with my friends and with everything else that I've picked up and what I was learning in the birth community. And I just had that accumulation of knowledge, and you have a map as well. And maybe it's not a book for you. Maybe it's a course. Maybe it's just coaching. Maybe it's just sharing what you know in a blog or just getting out there and talking and telling people about what you know. That in itself is so powerful. Like, you don't even have to go very big. All you have to do is go out there and shine your light, and then the magic just happens. I didn't start out thinking I was going to run a business. It just happened because I recognized the value that I was really bringing. And I want you to recognize the value in yourself and what you share and what you choose to teach people on. And before I finish the book, I just want to also say that there's an amazing woman that I just had an interview with just before I got on with Wilda to talk about my book. And we just recorded an interview on what she was teaching on that was dear to her heart. And it's for value for my empowered mom community, but it's also a starting point for her so that she can have her own dreams. And that's really what it is. We're all in this together. So share your gifts. Don't be afraid to tell other people what you do, because what you do matters. What you feel and what your heart calls you to do is what you are meant to do. And what you don't have to even figure out the how. The how just comes to you. The people who are meant to be there to help you will come to you. So again, I just want to give a shout out to Wilda and a shout out to everyone that I have been in connection with over the last 2.5 years. And even before that, Like, you've all been so helpful and supportive, and I love you. I want nothing but great success for you as well. And that's my talk. And go check out my book on Amazon and tell your friends. All right. I love you. Bye.